I refuse to let anyone play me for a fool with their love bombing tactics. I know my worth, and I won't settle for less. In this episode of Trish TV, I discuss the concept of love bombing. Love bombing is a manipulative tactic used by some people to gain control over their partners. I'll explain what love bombing is, how to spot it in someone, and most importantly, how to avoid falling prey to it. Join me as we explore this important topic. Hey y'all, so it's been a minute, but welcome back. Thank you so much for tuning in to another video. Today we're going to discuss love bombing. What is love bombing? How can you spot it in someone? What are the red flags? And how can you avoid it when you're dating? So let's dive in. Love bombing is an intense and overwhelming display of affection, attention, and compliments from someone in the early stages of a relationship. It can make you feel special and loved and wanted. However, it's important to be aware that this behavior can be a tactic to gain control over you. So I want to give y'all some of the red flags that I jotted down, and I want you guys to pay attention, look out for these red flags, especially if you have gone back into the market to dating, you haven't dated in a while. Things that guys will do to kind of manipulate you, especially if they sense that you're very vulnerable, you are a prey, and you will be the easiest target to be able to love bomb. First red flag is the person moves way too fast. They want to be exclusive right away. They talk about their future plans, or they push you to make big decisions quickly. They're not going to allow you to make certain decisions without them. Be careful of people who kind of come on a bit too strong, because that is a red flag. Second, they're overly affectionate. They constantly touch you and they give you gifts and they shower you with compliments. So not to be confused with someone who truly is nice and he gives you compliments because he means it, or he's really nice to you because he is genuinely a nice person. I really feel when you tap into your intuition, you can feel when something is off, when someone might be being fake or they might have an ulterior motive. Number 3, they become possessive. They want to know where you are at all times, who you're with, and what you're doing. Once they kind of get comfortable and you allow them to be comfortable really fast, they're going to start to slowly wonder what you're doing. They start to ease in a little bit of that control and that possessiveness, especially when it's only in the first few weeks. Number 4, they isolate you. They want you to spend all of your time with them and may discourage you from seeing your friends and family. I've been in this situation before. Some years ago, I was with a guy and he got to be really possessive. He didn't like me to be anywhere without him. He didn't want me to be around mutual friends if he wasn't there, and if I was around mutual friends when he wasn't there, he felt a certain type of way about it. Watch out for that. You are a grown woman first. You can do what you want to do. Of course you want to be respectful, but at the same time you're grown, and no one should have that much control over you to tell you who and where you can or can't go, especially when it's so soon. Number 5, they have a history of unstable relationships. They may have a pattern of intense relationships that burn out very quickly. This is a big one. Whenever you're dating somebody, that's why it's important to do your homework. You ask those questions. When was your last relationship? What happened? Why did y'all break up? Pay attention to what he says. Pay attention to how much he points his finger at the other person, what happened in the relationship. Look at the timeline from when he went from relationship to relationship. Also look at their work history. If you got somebody who cannot be stable in their relationships, I can almost promise you their work history is just as shaky as their relationships. Not for all, but for some. It's very important to pay close attention to those type of things. They may seem small, but trust me, over time, as you start to learn this person, there are going to be certain things that will start to kind of make sense and come together, and you're like, wow, I should have noticed X, Y, and Z. If y'all met and he just literally got out of a relationship a few months before he met you, slow down. It's almost like they're running away from something, like they're running away from themselves, and they don't like to be alone. They like to quickly be in relationships. Okay, so now that we've gone over the red flags of love bombing, what love bombing is, now you'll need to know how to avoid love bombing. So first things first, take things slow. Do not rush into a relationship. Take some time to get to know that person and make sure they are who they're telling you they are. When you first meet someone, they always put on their best face. And that's with anything in life. That's with dating. That's with jobs. You put on the best face. You don't want everyone to know certain things about you too quickly. So you say the best things. You act the best way. He's the most gentleman he'll ever be sometimes in the very beginning. Take things slow. Take your time. Next thing, you need to trust your gut. Trust your spirit guide. Trust your intuition. God gave us, especially as women, he gave us this great sense of intuition to be able to feel when something is not right, when we need to be more careful and more cautious of something, not to be confused with paranoia, but to strictly be in tune with your intuition. So pay attention, listen to those instincts and those warnings. Do not ignore those signs. A lot of times they will give you those red flags, even on the first date. You just have to be listening and be watchful. Take the blinders off. As happy as you are, as giddy as you are to be dating and finding somebody new, you still have to be careful and pay close attention. Next thing, you need to set boundaries. Be very, very clear with your boundaries. What you want, what you don't want, what you're comfortable with. Don't let someone push over you, especially someone that you just met. Be very, very clear of what you will accept and what you won't accept. Be very, very clear in the very beginning so that person knows that she's serious, she's for real, she won't accept certain things. And it also gives the other person a chance to say, okay, do I really want to be with somebody like this or no? Sometimes people aren't in it to try to change your mind. They don't want to try to change your boundaries. If that's what you want and that's what you say, so be it. That gives them a chance to just go ahead and move on. And that does you a favor, especially when you are serious about dating. And the last thing, keep your support system. This is very, very important. Do not isolate yourself from your close friends and your family. A lot of times, especially as females, I've done it before, we get really, really giddy and excited when we meet someone new, and subconsciously we're cutting people off without actually cutting them off. We don't speak to them as much. And of course, when you meet someone new, when you're dating, especially if you decide to get serious, yeah, there's always going to be a shift. There's going to be a change in dynamics. I won't be able to spend as much time with you, my friend or whoever, as much as I used to, because now I'm balancing my time between this new man in my life and my friend. So there's going to be a bit of a shift. But when you're in the very beginning and you're just dating, I don't care how happy and giddy you are, please do not isolate your family. Don't isolate your friends. If something does happen, you're going to need those people. Don't push those people out. You will need them regardless whether the relationship is going good or not so good. Keep your life. The things that you used to do before you met them, continue to do them. If you worked out, continue to work out. That way, just in case something does happen, you still have a life and it's not going to be so hard for you to be able to bounce back. We all want to be happy. You can definitely have what you desire to have in a relationship, or if you also desire to be married, all those things are available to you. However, you don't need to rush the process. What is meant to be will be. Nothing that is naturally yours needs to be forced, and you don't need to be manipulated into loving someone. Pay attention. Don't ignore your gut just for temporary fulfillment. Be extremely careful in this dating game, y'all. It's real out here. It ain't no joke, but I promise you, through being careful and being patient, God will send you that one that you are desiring. He's already out there. It's just a matter of time and y'all both being ready for each other. Love bombing can be a dangerous and manipulative tactic used by some people. It's important to know the red flags and how to avoid it. Remember, take things slow, trust your gut, set boundaries, and keep your support system strong. Thank you for watching this episode of Trish TV. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more content like this, and I'll see you in the next one.
This is for my queens. 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 This is for my queens rising up.